Good morning, everyone. Can you hear me okay? You can hear me? All right. Wait just a couple more minutes here. I'm going to have a smaller group today, but that is okay. All right. Well, can everybody see my screen? People see my screen? All right. Thank you. Well, I'm going to get started here, even though I know people are probably still trickling in, but want to be respectful of your time. So thank you so much for joining me today. I am excited to be doing this. I love to talk to people about marketing. I don't see my screen up here. I don't think I am showing up, but that is. So my camera, not that it's all that important because probably don't need to see me, but there we go. That makes that makes more sense. All right. Thank you so much for joining me today. Like I said, I am super excited to be here. I love talking to people about marketing. I guess that makes me a marketing geek. Um, So, anytime during the episode today, please feel free to leave a comment in the chat box and questions, and I'll be happy to answer them at the end. We should be, I think our presentation is going right around 45 minutes today, but I tend to talk fast, so it may be shorter. Well, I guess we'll find out. And then we'll have a time for Q&A at the end. So, and what are we now working here? Okay. So I hear from so many people that they're frustrated with marketing, and I completely get it because it's hard to grow a business. I want you to know that I have been where you are, struggling to get clients and frustrated with the tips that people are telling me to do. So maybe this is you. Has anyone been so frustrated with social media, trying to get followers and likes with little to no impact? I hear you. Since they changed the algorithm a year ago, hold on one second. I'm not sure I'm recording. Oh, technology. Okay. Okay, we're recording. Okay. Um, so let me know if this happened to you. You're busy with marketing, but nothing feels like it's moving the needle. You're posting and you're emailing and you've updated your website and maybe you've even run some ads, but you're just not getting momentum. Or, oh, no, my slides are not advancing. There we go. Or you get some activity, but little to no sales. You might see a few likes or an occasional comment, but no real predictable leads. Or you keep changing things because you know something's not working right, but you don't know exactly what's not working. You might tweak your Instagram bio or then your offer, and you might play with your pricing a little bit. Or maybe you're trying lots of new ideas and you're burning out. A podcast, a new social media platform, maybe a new type of newsletter, or go to some new networking events. Or maybe your messaging shifts depending on the platform. On Instagram, you talk about mindset. On your website, it's strategy. In emails, it's something else. Or you're working harder, but trusting your marketing less. You maybe start thinking, maybe my audience is wrong. Maybe people just don't want this. Maybe I need a new offer. And deep down, that uncertainty chips away at confidence. And mostly you feel like you're doing everything right, so you don't know why it's not working for you. The truth is, what you're doing isn't wrong. There are so many people teaching marketing tactics, and you've probably tried them all. It's just lacking strategy. Without strategy, marketing becomes a lot like throwing spaghetti at the wall to see what sticks. It's messy, it's random, and you don't really know why something worked. You're left guessing whether it was the sauce, the angle, or the stucco on the wall. A real strategy is the difference between well, a real strategy is the difference between hope marketing, that's hoping that traction and success happens, and intentionally placing the right message in the right channel in front of the right people at the right time. So results are repeatable, scalable, and not dependent on guesswork. I don't know about you, but I'm not a fan of hope marketing. Marketing doesn't fail because you have bad ideas. It fails because it's not sequenced, not connected, and not tied to how people actually make decisions. And if you don't fix it, here's what the next 12 months could look a lot like. It could be more posting, more tweaking, more overthinking, and the same inconsistent revenue. Okay, before we get too far along, let's make sure you're in the right place. This training for you is for you if you said yes to anything that we just talked about, or that you're doing a lot of marketing, but you're not sure what's actually working best. Or if you feel frustrated, even though you're putting in sincere effort and long hours. Or if you're tired of guessing what to focus on. Or if you want a clear plan, not just more things on your to-do list. And this training is not for you if you're looking for quick hacks or viral tricks or just tactics. Or if you have a business that only sells products, you can certainly stay on the call, but we're mostly focused on service-based businesses today. So you're going to learn three things today. Today, I'm going to show you where your marketing is actually breaking down, where the gaps are that you're not seeing, what specifically is breaking inside that gap, and why it keeps happening no matter how hard you try. We're going to look at diagnosing the problem, and I'm going to put my tough love coaching hat on today and be 100% real with you because I know that's why you tuned in. Today is not about Instagram hacks or funnels or ads. Today is about why marketing feels hard in the first place and what to fix so everything gets easier. If we haven't met yet, my name is Janice Hossteiger. I am a marketing strategist, fractional CMO, podcaster, and speaker. And I've spent more than 30 years in marketing, starting out in my early days working in corporate retail marketing, then with agencies, nonprofits, doing everything from PR, art direction, copywriting, strategy, the whole enchilada. So when I started my own business, I assumed that marketing would be the easy part. Boy, was I wrong. Suddenly, I was the strategist, the social media manager, the tech department, and the sales team, all at the same time. I would work nonstop creating content, sending emails, trying ads, posting everywhere, and still feel like I was never doing enough. And honestly, I was completely overwhelmed. Can anyone relate? This was the early 2000s. So at that exact same time, marketing itself was changing. Customers were no longer waiting for ads to tell them what to buy. Facebook was new on the scene. People were researching, reading reviews, comparing options, and asking friends. They were in control. This was no longer push marketing, which is like ads, but pull marketing. And the traditional marketing funnel that I had been taught wasn't matching what I was seeing in my life and my business. And my clients were having the same issues. They were working incredibly hard. They had websites, social media, and they were really busy, but the sales weren't consistent. Something was missing. And so I'm a determined individual. So I set out to see where the breakdown was happening. So I stepped back and started studying how people would actually buy. I mapped the real customer journey step by step, and what I discovered changed everything for me. Here's what I learned. Buying decisions are not random. They follow predictable human behavior patterns. Once I could see their journey, decisions got so much easier and the path became so much clearer. When you understand what your customer needs to know, believe, and feel at each stage of their journey, marketing suddenly becomes so much simpler and far more effective. That's when it finally clicked for me. Success wasn't about doing more marketing, it was about delivering the right message to the right person at the right moment in a way that actually matched how the people make decisions. This wasn't about new tactics. This was about sequency based on buyer psychology. And that's why it worked. Honestly, marketing itself is not complicated. At its core, it's just getting the right people in front of an offer they actually want with the right message so they can benefit from it. That's it. That's the job. It's not smarmy. It's not complicated. It's really all about communication. Simple? Right. Easy? Absolutely not. The problem is that most people are doing disconnected marketing. A little Instagram here, a lead magnet there, a website tweak, a reel, an ad, an email. None of that is wrong. It's just not connected in the right way. So your customer isn't getting the right message at the right time. And for you, everything feels harder than it should. It's like trying to get somewhere without GPS and people are yelling directions at you from all different areas. They're saying, post more or run more ads or you need to rebrand. No wonder you're tired. The problem isn't effort, it's understanding your customers and their needs. The biggest shift for me happened when I stopped asking the question, what should I do next? And replaced it with, where is the customer on their journey? Once I did that, I could see and identify 3 leaks, 3 places where I was losing customers. And that's what I want to share with you today. Okay, leak number 1, random acts of marketing. This is a big trap that I fell into. I was busy all the time, but leaks just don't happen. They show up when we start reacting instead of relying on a strategy. How many of you have heard that if we just post more consistently, show up more often, and try harder, that we'll be successful? I think a lot of us believe that, even if nobody has actually told us that. And I think it's built into our American dream that hard work equals success. Hard work does not always equal success. A lot of people work very hard and never have monetary success. My grandfather was an immigrant and a very hardworking farmer his whole life and was never wealthy. So hard work alone was not the answer. How about showing up consistently? Have you posted day after day and not gotten customers? I know I have. Consistency without direction just creates burnout and discouragement. We like being busy, don't we? It feels productive, but busy is not the same as effective. When you don't have a strategy, busyness becomes kind of a form of procrastination. You're doing a lot of things, but you're not moving forward. All the things just become random acts of marketing. Because when everything feels important, you and your customers don't know what to focus on. So we often create before we plan. How many of us has designed an ad before thinking about the audience or the messaging? I know that I have. Or we post on social media before we think about our customers' needs. In short, we move ahead without a strategy because underneath it all, we're scared. We're scared that we'll build something that doesn't sell, choose the wrong tech and lose sales, post and hear crickets, leave somebody out who might buy from us. Right? Anyone relate to that? Random acts of marketing feel productive because they give you something to do so we feel like we're moving forward. They make effort visible. It looks like we're improving our marketing, and we are, but we're not moving the needle and getting sales. And they feel safe. You see people who look at success, you see other people who look successful doing these things. And so you figure if success leaves clues, then I must be doing the right thing. But a pretty Canva template and a nice sales page is not enough to get money in the door. So customers drop away. And that's the big marketing leak. Here's what does work. One primary focus at a time, one clear message, one clear customer, one clear goal. When you focus just on clear messaging to a clear buyer, your message will resonate and speak to them loudly. Random acts of marketing stall growth because tactics don't connect with each other. So every action works alone and doesn't work as a cohesive path. So there's no path guiding your buyer forward. It feels productive, but it's disconnected, and disconnected marketing leaks money. If I looked at your past 10 pieces of content, would I clearly know who it's for, what you sell, and the next step you want them to take? If not, you might be doing random acts of marketing. This is something that we address in my new course, Modern Marketing Mastery. My student Tammy had a leak in her marketing. She said, Modern Marketing Mastery empowered me to build the marketing strategy I've been wishing someone else could create for me. I now have a clear, confident approach to attracting and serving my ideal clients. But you might be wondering, how do we find the leaks? The leaks are often hiding in number 2, the conversion desert. The conversion desert is the quiet, confusing gap your customers fall into between I found you and I'm ready to buy. And that's where many of the leaks are. And many small businesses unintentionally strand their best prospects there, not because your offer is bad, but because the path is missing. And to go over gap, you need to build a bridge along that path. This is where your prospect has some information from you. They maybe saw some posts, maybe visited your website, maybe they listened to a podcast episode, but they don't have a clear path and a clear reason to move forward now, or they lack the vision of what their life will look like after they buy from you. This conversion desert happens because of a false or fuzzy belief that they have. They want to know, will this work for me? How do I know it's going to work? Is it worth the cost? How much time will it take? What if it doesn't work? The problem is, if your marketing doesn't answer those questions, they may not say no, and they're not likely to reach out for more information. Instead, they just pause, and a pause is always going to turn into silence, and then they drift away. From our view, this looks like customers who ghost us after initially showing interest, get on our email list but never buy, have low opt-ins to a landing page, or little or no sales. But underneath, your customer journey is broken. Your offer didn't fail, the pathway did. Recently, my husband and I were in Oahu, Hawaii, and hiked to the top of Diamond Head in Honolulu. If you're not familiar with it, it's a mountain at the end of Waikiki Beach, more than 600 feet tall. And even though we're in pretty good shape, the hike was intense and it was hot. And if you weren't prepared for it, there's a good chance you weren't going to make it to the top. And that's what we saw. We noticed that as the trail got narrow and bumpy, because it was made out of volcanic rock, people who didn't have the right shoes really struggled. And the sun became hotter, and people who didn't have enough water started overheating. Ultimately, some people opted out and sat down and turned around. They didn't or couldn't see the point of the hike and decided it wasn't worth it. The view from the top was spectacular, as you can see in the slide, but they never knew that. They gave up and decided it wasn't worth the effort. And like the hike to the top of Diamond Head, we need to plan ahead for potential problems our clients will encounter along the way. People will be skeptical, people will have objections, people will doubt you and doubt themselves on the pathway. People will not understand the benefit of staying the course without a vision. People who didn't see the point of being part of it will not make it. The conversion desert is that moment when someone is interested and you can feel it. You know what I mean? Like you know that they're interested, but then they disappear. And here's what's happens next. You start questioning everything. Was my messaging off? Is my offer too expensive? Did I pick the wrong platform? Do I just suck at sales? And if we're not careful, we fall into self-doubt. And if you haven't experienced that, self-doubt is the death knell of entrepreneurship. So what do we usually do? We change the price, we tweak the website, we add another bonus, we switch platforms. But the problem wasn't the offer. It was the missing trail through the conversion desert. These are what you need to plan for and see when you're planning your marketing. These seemingly small things, these little leaks, are where customers fall away. You don't need more marketing. You need to know where the trail gets tough, what questions customers have, what needs they have, and where they'll have problems, and guide them through the rough patches by giving them content that they need and giving them a vision of the transformation they'll receive at the end. This is something we address in Modern Marketing Mastery. Suzanne said, I used to get frustrated by people who would seem like they were going to buy, but then they just fell away. Now I realized what was going on and how to fix it. Now let's talk about the part no one really explains, the real reason this keeps happening and how to fix it. Marketing keeps breaking because most of us learned marketing backwards. We were taught, post this on Instagram and you'll get customers, build a website and people will follow you, run ads, create a funnel. But no one taught you how to decide what matters for your customers when based on where they are right now, how to sequence your actions to match what your customers really need, how to think in stages instead of individual tactics, and how those things connect to each other. Disconnected tactics create disconnected results. When this happens, your customers disconnect too, and your messaging doesn't speak to where they are, and this impacts your business. There's an emotional cost to you as well. This is also where marketing overwhelm comes from. You're trying to do it all without a roadmap. So you second guess yourself. You start over, you hesitate, you overconsume webinars, blog posts, download tricks and tactics, look at other people's offerings and other people's websites. You wait to feel confident. And the confidence you need, the one your customer can pick up on, never comes because confidence comes from clarity, and you can't be clear if you can't see the big picture. I grew up in Minnesota, and for many years, my husband and I lived in Wisconsin, the next state over. So we made a lot of trips back and forth to see family and friends in Minneapolis. And you probably know this, but Minnesota gets a lot of snow. And driving through the countryside back and forth meant a lot of winter driving past farm fields, through blowing snow where visibility was terrible, near zero sometimes. That made driving challenging and scary. I could only see what was right in front of me, often just the car's tail light and not what was far ahead. I could see the whole highway, or I couldn't see the whole highway rather, and I couldn't, of course, see the final destination. But I didn't panic because I knew the route. The guardrails kept me from drifting, the lanes kept me centered, the exit ramps appeared in order when it was time for them. I knew I could just trust the road and the signs because they were designed with the big picture in mind. Without a trail, marketing feels like driving through a snowstorm. You have to trust the design of the road and stay inside the guardrails. That's your trail. With a trail, you can see where each step leads and how they connect together. It's easy to get myopic with our marketing, so we're only looking at the piece right in front of us. Just like I could only see the car ahead of me on the road, and that car might lead me somewhere else. And the problem is that many of us only focus on the part right in front of us, like social media or email marketing, and that can derail you. Because if that car goes in the ditch, then you go right with it. The truth is, you were probably never given the roadmap. When I stepped back and looked at marketing from a 10,000-foot view, I realized it wasn't a funnel at all. It was a journey. And journeys have stages. The path I developed is called the Trail to the Sale. It's an 8-step pathway that moves your customers from the point where they just become aware of you to where they purchase, buy again, and refer you to others. I have a handout I'll share at the end of this too, so you can design your own trail to the sale. When you match your marketing to the exact stage your customer's in, everything changes. This is the exact system that I use in my fractional CMO clients. The same structure I use when companies are investing 5 and 6 figures in their marketing strategy. All marketing fits into one of these 8 categories. Doesn't just that knowing that all the marketing fits in one category or another makes things so much more manageable? And I simplified it so business owners can use it too. You again could be really busy, but if the awareness stage wasn't connected to the consider stage, your customers will be stuck. Let's say you're using social media in the awareness stage. If you're not driving traffic from social media to your freebie, then you're probably not connecting awareness to consider. Or you build a gorgeous freebie, but you don't have any testimonials, so they don't trust you enough to buy from you. So there's a leak from your consider stage to your compare stage. The problem was never that you weren't capable or that your offer isn't good. It's that you didn't have a trail to the sale. And that's really what this is all about. Marketing is so important because it's directly related to your income and your business success. And that ultimately relates to the quality of your life. So here's what I want you to take away from this masterclass today. Your marketing feels hard because there are leaks in specific places, and it keeps leaking because you were taught marketing out of order and you don't have a trail to the sale set up. Once you see that, the problem stops feeling mysterious and the solution stops feeling overwhelming. So you might want to do what you're doing now and hope everything changes. But that's hope marketing again. Or you might be wondering, how do I fix this? Well, there is a solution to all of this. It's a couple of them. You can keep diagnosing leaks or you can build the plumbing. So option one is to figure it out on your own. You can piece things together and use the framework I gave you. Truthfully, I want you to improve your marketing whether you buy from me or not. This is really something that I'm passionate about. And option two is to do it with a framework, mentor, and a community to support you that provides clarity, structure, and guidance. And I call it Modern Marketing Mastery. Imagine this instead. You get up every day knowing exactly what to focus on. You have confidence in your decision because you know your ideal customer really well and just what they need to hear from you. Imagine having marketing that builds on itself so you're not stuck doing random acts of marketing all the time. Imagine less overwhelm with more direction. And imagine taking that 50-pound weight off your shoulders that we carry around with us when things are not going well. This is the experience one of my students had. Julia said, before Modern Marketing Mastery, I felt in the dark. Now I know exactly what to do to grow my business. And Julia was brand new to marketing. She knew nothing about marketing when she started. This is what I hear over and over from students once people understand why things weren't working. And this, again, is what Tammy said. I used to waste so much time and money trying all the things. Modern Marketing Mastery finally gave me a clear step-by-step process to attract and serve my best clients. It's like having a marketing strategist in my back pocket. Here's what Modern Marketing Mastery will bring you. Clarity, because you'll know exactly who you're talking to and why they buy. Focus, because you know what to pay attention to and what to ignore. Cohesion, because your marketing will finally feel connected. Messaging power, you'll know exactly what to say at every stage. Higher quality buyers, you'll know how to attract and pre-qualify buyers instead of convincing people who aren't ready. And calm confidence, because you'll trade direction for that overwhelm you feel with less second guessing, less panic when engagement dips, and less chasing shiny objects. You know exactly who you're talking to and why they buy. This is exactly why I created this course. Modern Marketing Mastery is more than just a simple course. It's a system that will grow with your business. It walks you through the steps to know just what your customer needs and the knowledge to get there. It's how you take your customer on a journey with you. The trail to the sale provides a roadmap for your customer to know what to do first, second, and beyond so that you can market and sell to your customers not just once, but develop a relationship with them so they want to continue to do business with you again and again. Most sales and marketing stop at the sales, but research shows that once you have a happy customer, they're going to want to do more business with you. But the trail to sale offers more than that as well. It starts with awareness, where you attract the right people by showing up where they already are with messaging that makes them feel seen. Then consider where you can capture their interest and start building trust by offering something of value that solves real and immediate problems. Next comes the compare stage, where you help potential customers understand why your approach is different and better and why it's the right fit for them. Then comes the evaluate stage, where you can give them a chance to try you out through a call or a webinar or a trial version of your product to guide them toward a confident decision. The sell stage is next. That's where you create a clear, compelling buying moment that makes them say yes and makes it feel obvious and safe. Supersize is where you can increase revenue and deepen results by offering aligned upgrades, add-ons, or next steps. The serve stage is where you deliver powerful post-sale experiences that fulfill your promise and create a real transformation for your customer. And finally, the send stage is where you turn happy clients into advocates who refer, review, and re-enter your whole ecosystem. But we know that strong businesses are built on strong foundations. So we start with the basics, your business goals and how your marketing connects to those. This is a crucial step that ties marketing to everything else in your business, and it's often overlooked. Then we do a deep dive into thorough understanding of your customer, who they are, what they want, and exactly what they're looking for, and how they ask for it. And we cover your messaging. I think this is one of the most underemphasized parts of marketing, since your messaging can make or break all of your marketing. Not only do we talk about what to say, but also how to say it in a way that resonates with your ideal customer. But we know how courses go sometimes. You sign up with the best of intention, but then it sits on your computer until you forget about it. That's why I'm offering 8 weeks of group coaching to ask your questions and interact with me personally. I want to see you succeed and keep you accountable to move forward. But sometimes you have just a quick question to ask. So we also offer a private strategy community where you can get feedback and ask quick questions to other students in the program day or night. And the best part is that Modern Marketing Mastery grows with your business because it's not built on trends or tactics. It's built on human behavior. Even if you're a new startup or haven't made your first sale, Modern Marketing Mastery will be relevant and get you on your way. And if you're an experienced business owner, this course will get you back on track. Best of all, it eliminates guesswork and replaces it with a roadmap, step-by-step trail to the sale that you can customize to you and your clients to take you through the sale and beyond to the point where they buy again and refer you to others. So inside Modern Marketing Mastery, you'll get the following. First, we give you clarity. Module 0, we start with the type of goals that produce results. You'll stop guessing and start connecting your marketing goals with your business goals. So you finally know what plan you're trying to build and why. Module 1 fixes the guesswork around who you're actually speaking to, so you know exactly who you're marketing to and why they buy. We get really specific about who they are so you can connect with them on a deep level. In Module 2, we look at your messaging. Although AI is here to stay, it's not good enough to turn it off, turn to it for all your communication. In this module, you'll learn how to communicate to your ICA so they really connect with what you're saying. Then we build visibility, starting with a deeper dive to the trail to the sale to understand how buyers really move from just looking to the point where they're ready to lay down their credit card. And Module 3 is building awareness to choose the best traffic sources for your business and get bandwidth that you can build visibility without burning out or being everywhere. You get more attention and eyeballs on what actually matters. Module 4 is the consider and compare module, and it's how you stay in the conversation after the first touch and nurture leads in a way that feels human through marketing, email marketing, and messaging. We also define how you stand out from your competition and what makes you the right choice. Then finally, conversion and growth. Module 5, evaluate, sell, and supersize, will teach you how to confidently turn interest into sales and learn how to sell without feeling gross or pushy. In Module 6, we help clients succeed so they love working with you. Module 7 is all about metrics. This will show you how to stop guessing and start knowing what's actually working in your marketing so you'll learn which simple metrics matter at each stage of the trail to the sale and how to spot leaks before they cost you time and money, and how to make confident decisions about drowning in dashboards without drowning in dashboards and data overwhelm. And then finally, Module 8 has tools for you to start implementing all of them smoothly. But we also have a full goodie bag full of bonuses. So when you sign up for Modern Marketing Mastery, you also get the following: a ChatGPT superpower guide to solve what I do with the AI fear that we all kind of have. AI isn't going away, and the faster you get comfortable with it, the more of an advantage you'll have. And AI feels confusing or overwhelming. If it does, then this guide shows you exactly how to turn it into a benefit. And then we have the Launch It Lean Facebook Ads mini course from ads expert Stacy Kovitz. Paid ads don't have to be complicated or expensive. And in this mini course, Stacy walks you through exactly how to create a simple, effective Facebook lead ad using instant forms so you can start building your list or promoting your offer quickly. Then we have the Sales Page Success Kit. This is the difference between steady sales and consistent frustration. Because I know that from building one from scratch can feel really overwhelming. And believe me when I say AI isn't there yet. This kit gives you the exact framework that I've used for years to create high converting sales pages for my own offers and my clients. Then the marketing strategy map. This is a large printed paper marketing strategy map that helps you visualize how your entire trail to the sale is going to go. So you can see exactly how your marketing pieces fit together and where the gaps may be holding you back. This is an 11 by 17 map that'll be mailed out to you so you have an actual paper map to work from. And then there's a saying in marketing that like this. It says, facts tell, but stories sell. So the brand story toolkit helps you uncover these stories, the experiences, the values, and the transformation behind your business so that you can communicate your message in a way that feels authentic, memorable, and compelling. And the 2026 Social Media Content Planner tool, which I sell on my website for $297. Consistency is one of the biggest challenges in marketing. And this planner solves that problem by giving you a complete system for organizing your content for the entire year. From defining your audience and your content pillars to mapping out your monthly campaigns, tracking performance, and storing all your details, this tool keeps everything in one place. And it's the one that I use myself, and I developed it myself. And one more, a DM sales script guide. DMs are one of the most effective ways to use social media. If selling in conversations feels awkward or uncomfortable, then this guide will give you a clear, natural framework for turning personalized DMs into meaningful sales conversations without sounding pushy or gross. And that would be a lot, right? But I want to give you a fast action bonus. Free website homepage or sales page assessment by me. I've designed literally hundreds of web pages since I used to have a design and marketing agency. So I'll go personally through your page and give you an evaluation so you know how to improve your page. This bonus is only good if you order the course by midnight tonight. So let me quick add up what's included because this is much more than just a course. You get Modern Mastery, 8 step-by-step modules that guide you through the entire trail to the sale, from clarity and visibility to conversion and sales. You're getting 8 live group coaching calls, plus access to a private strategy community, so you're never guessing or trying to figure out this stuff alone. To make implementation easier, you'll get all my worksheets, templates, and planning tools, including my marketing strategy map, brand story toolkit, sales script guide, and a 2026 content planner. I'm also including several bonus trainings, my ChatGPT Superpower Guide, the Launch It Lean Facebook Ads mini course from my friend Stacy, and the Sales Page Success Kit. And if you join during this workshop, you'll also get a Fact Action website page review where I'll help you spot the leaks that may be costing you sales. Altogether, this is over $5,400 in value, but you're not paying that today, or even half of that, or even a quarter of that. For today, you can get the course, the group coaching calls, the private strategy community, all the bonuses until midnight tonight, and the free website customized page review with feedback for only $997. If one new client is worth $3,000 and this helps you convert just one, I would trade $997 for $3,000 any day of the year. You can also get it for $169 today on our 6-payment plan. Inside Modern Marketing Mastery, your return on investment shows up in 3 ways. Number 1, revenue, higher conversion rates at every stage. Number 2, efficiency, less random posting, less rebuilding, less starting over. And number 3, confidence. You know what to focus on. You stop second guessing at every move, and confidence reduces wasted decision. That alone saves money. And your time is worth more than money, right? I love that Julia also said, if you've not made it a marketing strategy, you're leaving so much money on the table, because that is 100% true. Matthew said, now I understand how all the pieces of marketing, from freebies to upsells, actually fit together. And Kristen said, the checklists and templates have given me the confidence to keep moving forward instead of procrastinating. If you're on the fence, do it. It's worth every penny. And if you're nervous about trying it out, no worries. We're offering a 14-day money back guarantee. If you try it out and it's not a good fit for you, you have 14 days to get your money back. This is for you if you're tired of being busy without seeing results. The investment is small compared to the potential income of your business. If nothing changes, 6 months from now, you'll still be busy doing things like tweaking your bio, rewriting your homepage, starting new funnels, wondering why it's not clicking. And the exhausting part, it will still feel like you're busy. So the link should be in the chat box, but here's the page if you want to learn more in order. And I can take some questions now. I need to get to the chat box. Okay. Anybody have any questions about anything we talked about today? Somebody had emailed me earlier and they asked me, how do you identify if you have a leak? And that's a great question, right? It really depends on the numbers. So, the nice thing about the trail to the sale is that you can look at every phase separately. And let's say you don't know where, let's say you're posting on social media and but you're not getting people to click through to maybe a landing page. Then you can look at the numbers, the landing page numbers between the two of them, and you can look at your social media numbers and see if people are number one clicking. And if they are clicking, but they're not signing up, then it's probably the leak is probably between awareness and consider. And Donna, you had asked earlier about tech, and um, I think, yeah. So so what I want to say is that yes, the tech, we covered the tech that you need in this. I think pretty good, pretty well. You don't. This is pretty high level actually, so it's not necessarily something that you're going to be dealing with that much in the course. But we do go into some detail, and I have like optional lessons for deeper dives for talking about search engine optimization, or what now is happening too is AEO, answer engine optimization. So I have some information about that and just how to set that up in your website, so it's not real complicated. And so yeah, so anything that we have, and I know just from the bonus, so looking at Stacy's Facebook course too, she goes into a lot of detail with the tech too. So all right. Well, if you know other questions, I want to thank you everybody for being here today. Um, and the free download is, I think, is it in the box? I think it's in. Can you add that to the free download? Yep, there it is. She has added it. So perfect. Alrighty. Well, thank you everyone for being here today. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email and I'm happy to talk more about it. Have a great day, everyone.